And now begins the in-world portion.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I was like, wait,
Now
no.
the fun begins.
I was saying, I hope I didn't miss it. Sorry, I just got here. I apologize.
So
You
now
came just in time.
we're gonna launch in right now to our in-world meetup portion, and I believe, I'm not sure how to say your name right, but is it Meese? Are you here? If you are, if you can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Oh, that's you. Cool. I wasn't sure,
Hello.
Thank you. I'm gonna paste the link. I'm already in the world right now. So if everybody wants to head over there and join us, he is our guide for the day, and we're here in the Last Slice Collective World Build. And if you want to take it from here and give us a tour, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. So, everyone, just so you know, the link that I believe that's provided is going to lead you to our DCL worlds. So, our scene is currently in progress. Just to let you all know, we're less than 3 months in. I think we're about like 8 weeks in, or sorry, not eight, about 10 or 11 weeks in. Out of 6 months. So we're nearing the 50% range here after the Metaverse Fashion Week. And we wanted to give you guys a little tour today of what we've been working on. And we've got a few things activated that we're going to have ready for Metaverse Fashion Week for people to come through, check out our scene for the first time, and see what we're all about. And so we've got a few things that we've introduced that really I don't think have been done before, or at least in the way that maybe have been done here, like our clones that we have, our CPCs within the scene. So we have a cloning machine that anyone is able to use and to create a CPC right now. And so you can create a clone of yourself within our scene. And then people are also able to upload their own text as well. So we've got like 5 different phrases where players can essentially, or creators can create their own NPC essentially themselves that can either promote like their own scene, or maybe their social media, or just maybe share, some of their emotions or expressions that they would like to have.
That is so cool. Awesome. I'm trying to see if I'm in the right. Yeah, I'm in the right place. Yeah, I am right there. Cool. Do you want to screen share and guide us around, or how would you like to do it?
Yes, I'll definitely do that. So I just want to give you all a heads up for anyone who's in the scene. We have had, I think for like the last 2 days or something, there's been some kind of server issues. We're still dealing with it. So some people may have an issue connecting to our, like a third party server. And so if you don't have in the bottom right-hand corner, like a red health bar, if you see like mine, then if it's just white or blank, then that means unfortunately that you're not currently connecting to that server. And so if you're not connecting to that server, then you will not really be seeing the NPCs or the CPCs like I am. And so you might not see everything in the scene, just to give you a heads up. I just want to make you all aware of that. So we are aware of these issues and we're trying to figure out where they're stemming from. But I think that, there might be Decentraland related. So we are on to it. So when you come in, this is the Angzaar Outpost. So players will drop in and they'll land here in the central area. And in here we have, or we're going to have, 8 different central store areas. They're going to be set up with dapps and different stores. So currently we have 3 that are kind of open and available for people to check out. We've got our first area here that is our land and name area. So here we've got the name store and the land. You can come shop and pick up an in-world anything that you can pretty much get on the marketplace, which is awesome. And so we're working on providing a visual experience in-world and kind of taking it to the next level. What you're seeing right here on my screen is just kind of the basic iterations of the wearable store, and just making all that information presented in a new fashion that's a little more fun and a little more visual appealing, I think, as well.
So is that all going to be like, once you're saying you're porting this for Metaverse Fashion Week, that's all going to be functional and like people will be able to use this and purchase things?
Yeah. So actually, oh, here he is.
Oh, no, hey, it's Lastrum.
Hey.
Yeah, so we just have to, Meese, great job, by the way. We just have to Killian to deploy it. All of this stuff is enabled. We disabled the buy button right now because we want people to experience this during Fashion Week. But yeah, all of this is working, and we will have it deployed in Genesis City. It'll also be a part of the teleports around the road system, teleport to this location in Genesis City.
That is so wicked. Yeah, I was in there running around. I'm like, I love the interfaces you guys have created. So like, so fun. So I can't wait to go there and explore it and buy things during the event. And I love the little pop-up windows. You're saying that's the text?
Yeah. Yeah, so that is, Meese can continue the conversation, but there's so much in the scene beyond what you can see visually that, we have these notification systems that can be triggered by me doing it manually or by your actions in the scene or by you going somewhere else. And so we have all these placeholder templates of things that a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes. It makes it so interactive with Meese working on the CPC machine. But I just want to step in. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Meese is doing a great job on the tour. So if you want to continue that.
Yeah, totally. So I came over here. If anyone wants to know where our clone machine is,
Oh, yeah,
I'm standing. Yeah,
so cool.
I'm standing next to it. If you look for Meese, and I'm jumping around here, look for Carl as well here. That's in front of me, and this what to say, single color, kind of ready to be primed and painted clone machine here. That's a work in progress. Yeah. And so clicking this will start the process. And so this will allow you to add prompts, and it'll allow you to add paths, and then also to create your clone at the end. So,
oh man, this is so
yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just like blown away. That's so fun.
Yeah. So like, what's something? What prompt would you put for your? What's like one prompt you could think of? That you'd want to put for your character or something.
Run and chase.
Your clone.
Run and chase. I don't know. Just running.
So
anything.
So to just kind of piggyback on this concept, NPCs are fun. We created a library to build off of the generic NPCs, so you could put extras in your scene. You've seen in some of our scenes, Statham and McCormick and some other scenes. And I think Zoo does this in MetaZoo of having fake avatars. Well, we took it to the next level. Instead of having fake avatars, let's have clones of DCL people. And we wanted to make it where you can maybe be a marketer for yourself, for your space, for your social links, for something else within the world to make it feel more connected and more immersive. So if Meese cancels this and bumps into Mimsy around the scene somewhere, Mimsy is actually promoting Knights of Antron. And that's very cool. So you can go bump into Mimsy wherever they are, and you will get some blurb about Antron. And then we want to continue the integration and maybe have you have social links or links to their location or whatever. So we just want to keep people inside Decentraland and not have to figure out where they have to go or find things. And so this is always a new way to discover things. In addition to that, we're doing a little alpha. We're going to have creator quests. So the same pipeline, you as a player will be able to create a quest that can be used in the MMO and then receive rewards. So players can come in, create their clone. The clone can interact with the larger MMO game of the plaza, and players can come and be rewarded for interacting with your user quest. So it's a huge opportunity to engage with people beyond just the virtualizing all of the DApp experiences.
So cool.
And on top of that, just lastly, the 8 pods around the area in the main hub are sort of showcase pods. We're using a couple of them for Fashion Week, one of them for the clone machine. You see Nikki Fuego has the Vroom Way. We have Wisher Vodka. We also have Knights of Antron. And I believe we're going to do Dress X on one of these pods. So what we wanted to do is, again, make this an area for people to come and always find new content. So we want to expand and have it be available for people themselves, private events, public events, brands to come in and activate these little showcase pods. Here's the welcome screen by Job and the CK Bubbles and Canessa, their whole team. So yeah, we want this to be a community effort. If you want to showcase something, we want to get a schedule created and have people rotate their content as sort of like a window into maybe whatever they're marketing.
No, I love that. I love how it's this super creative and interactive hub now. So yeah, I think it's going to be super popular. I'm definitely going to be running around. And how, I mean, obviously this is a massive project. How long is this? This was started when the grant was, or this was prior, or how long has this particular aspect been ongoing?
So the grant was completed back in October, but we couldn't get the land lease, and the vesting contract was revoked until we figured that out. We didn't figure that out until January 9th. January 9th of 2023 is the first day of our vesting contract. So from there, we have 6 months to deliver on our milestones for the grant, and that's really when a lot of this stuff had started to happen. You know, we were very passionate about creating something engaging and immersive in the space, and so we've been talking about a lot of this stuff. But we were a little concerned about how to move forward if, one, we couldn't get the land lease locked up for the plaza, and if we weren't going to get a vesting contract, that would be a lot of work done without seeing any financial compensation for that. Not to say everything needs that, but this is a massive project. And so we really didn't get started until January 9th. So, you know, we're 2.5 months in, and we should be done by June.
Wow, no, super excited to follow all the updates you guys are going to do here. So great to have you guys. I don't know if you want to continue on with the rest of it tour. This is so cool.
Yeah, so I didn't really cover too much. I guess I'll cover a little more of the details. So let's cover some of the details here. So I'm at the emotes right now, and so you can actually click on the characters for the emotes, and they will perform the various emotes here. So you can see them live. You can rotate the characters as well. So we've made that. You can use E and F to rotate them. And I think we might also be working on something to maybe try and animate, more of these at one time than just clicking on them. So I think that's something that maybe we're looking into as well.
Meese, if you want to explain, the pod and the clicking the info on the bottom, and then also the 2D UI filters as well.
Yeah, you got it. So I'm gonna go. Let's see here. I want to go to the wearables, I think, for this part, so I can show you guys. But all right, so in here, just like the wearables and the emotes, pretty similar in a lot of ways. You can spin these as well, but let's do some searches. So we're gonna start off with, okay, so let's see what's trending, right? So we're gonna see, okay, what's trending? Let's go to legendaries, or let's see what legendaries are currently trending here, and maybe mythics. So you can see here, we've got the sunglasses. Of course, for some reason, they're not showing up on the avatar for me.
That's live demos are always great. Meese, go yeah. That's a great bug. We were just working on this, but here I'll just go through it. So we've got the title. You've got the UI screen has a search bar for Go. To searching on the UI screen, you can paginate with the left and right arrow keys. You can choose on sale or not on sale with the money slider, because sometimes people want to see items that just aren't for sale, but items that other people maybe own or that are just out there, right? A lot of mythics are not for sale.
Yeah.
The just listed category is sort of filtering. Meese, just stay on the just listed category. Yeah, and then so you have the just sold, the listed, newest, names, trending, cheapest. Again, we're mirroring all of the marketplace functionality here. This category is primary, so there'll be primary and secondary. We've disabled the secondary for now, but it is working. So if you bought something and then you want to resell it, it's available on the marketplace on the website. We're doing that here in World as well. We go to the rarities. Rarities are actually multi-click. So when you do click on them, it doesn't go away because, again, mirroring the marketplace functionality, maybe you want to search for mythics and epics at the same time, or rare as well. So it's a multi-click there. You can choose by category of wearable as well. Massive, all again, the categories. I don't know if people know, but when the feet category has, or the head category has multiple things as part of the head. It has facial hair, eyes, eyewear, eyebrows, mouth. So you can either drill down or just search for all head. Again, last one is body type. all of the on-screen UI are the filters that you would get on the marketplace. In World, we represent in a 3D space maybe the particular info for that item. So the price, if you zoom in a little bit, Meese, on the pod, you have the price in mana. Again, you have the rarity for that one, the availability, how many are left, the category, and the body type. You also get the image icon on the left over here in the middle of the thing. If you click on that, this will show up more information. Again, we're working on all of the UI things. So you can purchase it from here. You can close. You can go to the website, to the marketplace if you want. And so we're working. You can either do buy this way or click the purchase button that way. If Meese paginates the left and right arrow keys, you should see them switch. And again, this is as if you're loading more on the marketplace website.
Wow. Yeah, mind blowing. I know where I'll be spending the rest of my day wondering about. So cool.
And so this is more of a, when you're on the marketplace, you're kind of all over the place. Think of you're inside a department store, you're checking out all of the clothing on a rack. This is sort of that experience. You notice little touches like the pod lights change with the color of the rarity. So little touches like that are really cool. The ENF rotation is awesome. When you hover over the pod, you can use ENF to rotate and see, or you can actually just run around and see, back and forth where they are. So that is the first floor of the wearable section. Again, the emotes, similar concept. Meese, if you go on the emote side, it will, Meese already demonstrated, but again, there's different types of on-screen UI filters, right? There will be categories, but there aren't other filters like unisex or body type, right? So we've changed these types of filters that you can have for the emote store. Same thing though, filtering across all of the marketplace, and then being able to visualize each one of those items. You can also, again, click on the image panel and it'll give more info on it. You can pull it up and see it as well, or go right to the website marketplace and see the link there. So those are our two ones that we're really going to have, that we want to focus on for the Fashion Week. The third one is the land and name store, and I think Meese went in there. And this one's really cool. We work, Jason X, his CPC is in here. He's hanging out. He's the name baron, and so you can talk to him about all of the name stuff. But again, when you enter this area, you have an on-screen UI filter just like you do for World, the marketplace. And if you click on the items, the names themselves, no, Meese, go back and click on the names themselves. Yeah. The info will show up in the menu on the right, the big screen, and you can click by name. The button on the left, we're going to make a little bit better, which is the left and right button, the little lower next to the buy button, Meese. The buy button is going to be to create a name. So be able to create a name here or search if a name does exist. We haven't enabled that feature for the Fashion Week. So we wanted this to feel like a stock exchange. We wanted it to feel semi-chaotic, a little more of the trading experience, less of the curated patient experience you would have when you're shopping a department store and going through racks and things like that. So this is supposed to sort of be like in your face trading. There's desks around you and seating and things like that. So very simple, very easy to use, but in a unique metaverse way that new users can figure it out. Old users will still have fun. And then on the flip side of that is the land as well. And both of these are L1 NFTs. So that's kind of why we put them together. And so, if you back up and go into the land area, I should really just share my screen and do this. No, you're fine. Same concept. You'll click on the parcel tiles on the left. The info will show up in the middle, and you click buy land. It's a pretty straightforward process. Again, you'll have an on-screen UI for all of the filtering, so that you can drill down, and all of your results will show up on the left and right panels for you to interact with and view more information. That's a quick speed through, but again, wearables, emotes, land, and names.
This is great. Because a lot of times whenever I'm onboarding or bringing friends in, this nice, really great, like kind of visual overall like hub for them to be not super overwhelmed. They can like go to each little section, explore, experiment, and it's like, and again, it's fun and easy to follow. So this is great. Like, and I'm curious about like your team and your development and like what the like a daily work day is for you guys in as a team in this. I always love to hear about that. Can you share a little bit about that? Because how many team members do you guys have currently?
I think on this project, 18 to 20, I believe.
Oh wow, that's massive.
And so we have, programmers, 3D modelers, audio engineers. Meese is on the Quest team, so he's coming up with the entire lore and storyline. We have people who are doing wearables. We have people who are doing social media, Nicole and UMAC and Tobik, helping out with the marketing and all of that type of media content. So it's a huge project. It's a huge lift. I mean, 400 parcels is a lot of parcels to bring something that is different than most people would experience in Decentraland, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to create something engaging. So, Meese is going out to the desert right now. I think we're covered on the hub. We have more integrations that stay right here. Meese, this is a cool example. So we actually have a HUD icon, a HUD icon up in the top right of our screen, and that's going to be our wheel. And so there's some unique things in the scene that people don't realize. If Meese changes his time of day, all of the UI stuff will change with time of day so that it doesn't clash with brightness. And so he can change it to night mode. No, yeah, keep night mode, and it should be green. It'll update to green. Second, there you go. So little touches like that we're adding to the scene that you probably wouldn't think of, but it's super unique. This is the hub. The HUD icon, it can get you everywhere. So we have all kinds of different options. I'll just focus on the bottom three. The bug button on the left, obviously we know what that is. That's in-world feedback. You have your settings wheel, and then you have fast travel. Fast travel is really cool because this has waypoints around the scene that you can get to and navigate to super quickly. We're going to add bookmarking for custom locations so that you can choose your own custom location. So Meese can actually go back to the wearable store or the land store from here. He's put right out in front of the wearable store if he wants. So the fast travel is super fun, super unique. It's a fun way to get around the scene.
Wow, what's that?
He just went to the tent section. So he's kind of, okay. So the tent section, if you want to, Meese, just back up and go outside of it, and just so you get a holistic view of it. The tent section is an additional part of what we wanted to encompass is highlighting creators, right? Everybody is super creative in Decentraland. So Meese, just stay right here. Just stop moving, please. And the tents, everybody has reserved one for Fashion Week. We did it in a manual fashion, but in the future, these will be programmatic and dynamic, so anybody can come. And if you have anything for sale on a Decentraland item, you can have this tent and you can sell those items. And so what we wanted to accomplish is, again, highlighting creation and content in Decentraland. So this is just one cluster. This is, I think, 101 tents. The dark ones are reserved. The light ones are available. If you still would like one to showcase your stuff, by all means, please jump in our Discord and request one. Meese will go in there, and each tent, we're still figuring all of the layout and stuff out, but he can pop into a tent and see if anybody has anything for sale. And so this, again, is more of like so here's Sherry Berry. He's going to walk in, and we've got some optimizations, right? And he walks in, and Sherry Berry has no items for sale. So, again, the same type of visual experience you would expect in the hub, but curated for a user. This will show a user's emotes and wearables. We're going to expand it further to have other NFTs, but right now it's just for Decentraland NFTs.
Awesome. So then I could just go, somebody who's interested, go to your Discord, and then they would speak with you guys, and you would connect to whatever wearables or emotes they've created, or how exactly would that be?
Yeah, so they would give us a wallet address,
Nice.
or look, it just loaded here, and we've got to add the loading screen. So Meese can click on that item up there in the top,
cool.
And if he clicks on it, it should show up on the avatar. We have to see.
It's not here for some reason. Yeah.
Okay. So Madamus gave us a wallet, and he gave us one item, and so if he owns this tent, there will be a little cube inside the tent that he can click on and get a settings option, and he himself will be able to say, I want to use my wallet and everything I have for sale, or I just want to list these specific items and show these specific items.
Cool. And like you're saying, in the future, we'll be open to not just Decentraland items, but say other NFTs across multiple places.
Absolutely. This is all a proof of concept of getting more people to focus on content in Decentraland. So we can hope to expand and showcase, Rooston is a body painter, has other types of NFTs and artwork. So maybe highlighting those types of galleries in your little tent. And so, yeah. So this is the tent section. This is another big piece of it. So, we've got like 3 pieces. We've got the marketplace functionality. We've got the tents and creator highlighting functionality, but then we also have the MMO. And so we have a portion of this is going to be all gamified. And so part of that would be earning and leveling up, doing quests and mini games in the scene to earn items and different things so that you can maybe modify the interior of your tent because you have a certain a certain reputation or XP or certain items that you can put together. And then your tent can be a little more customized or something. So there's 3 legs to this project. The first and a half leg are sort of done. The marketplace functionality, the creator tent functionality, and the questing in the MMO.
And actually, I just want to add, while we're talking about the wearables and that kind of stuff, we actually are going to have, so these are going to be live, I believe that's our plan, to have them available for purchase and usable within our scene coming up for Metaverse Fashion Week. And so we are going to have some prizes. We've got a pool. Yes, we've got a pool right now of wearables that people have donated. I think we're maybe at about 150 something wearables right now. And so, we're looking to give those away as part of a giveaway during Metaverse Fashion Week from the 28th to the 31st. So people that purchase during the qualifying time, we're going to have a prize for first place. And I don't know, I think we might do second and third and maybe some other little, random things in between. I think Lastrum has a little more details on the giveaway than I do, but that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, definitely send me all
I
that
just have
so
a
I can
quick
add it.
suggestion.
Oh, go for
I
it.
just have a quick suggestion about giveaways. I think it's awesome, and necessary that you guys are doing a giveaway for the person who buys the most wearables, right? Because you got to make money. But please do giveaways for people who do not have the funds to compete in those kinds of competitions.
Yeah, we are. So I'll just explain.
Giveaways. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll explain really quickly. 2 things. One, we are not making money on these transactions. All of the transactions are interacting with the marketplace contracts that are on the marketplace website. We're even using the meta transaction server that Decentraland uses for all of the transactions. So we are actually we're not taking anything. So we want people to use the scene. That's why we were going to have a giveaway for the most purchases in world, because we thought that meant that people are spending more time in the scene and would get more attention on the scene itself versus on the website. And so just want to be very, very clear with everybody that we are not taking any transaction fee or anything of any transaction made in the scene now or in the future. So just want to be very clear on that. The second part is the giveaways. There's actually going to be another quest that we have aside from just purchasing things, so that you will have a chance to win other things as well. And then I think we're going to do some giveaways during the show with Category 5 and Mr. Dingia's stage. Again, we want to bring everybody together. We reached out to Mr. Dingia and wanted his stage and wanted to do an event. So if Meese fast travels over to the stage, you'll see that we've implemented Mr. Dingia's stage right here, and we're going to have a huge desert event. So really amazing collaboration from community members and our team, and just different functionality.
That's really great. Thank you for that information. So what you're saying is that when I go to Angzaar Outpost and I purchase a wearable, the functionality is the same as if I was going to Marketplace, and the wearable creators get the same amount of money, and the DAO gets right? There, I believe they make a little bit of money off of like wearable sales, right? Is would the structure be just the same?
Yep, it's the same structure. It's literally, I don't want to say this is rocket science or give away what we've done here, but people do sell wearables in World. I help the foundation, with Bensei and work on the wearable wardrobe. I'm sure people have seen. So that functionality already exists for people to put on their scene and sell things. We just wanted to say, hey, wait a second. There is no in-world single spot representation of all of the marketplace website functionality. So let's just put it all in one spot. So instead of having to go to this person's land for this or that and everywhere, you just come to Angzaar and everything is here. So we're really not creating anything, I wouldn't say new per se, but we're doing it in a very unique way, in a centralized way. So it's not to take away from our team and all the hard work that we've done, but I just want to be very clear and on the safe side that we're not creating any new contracts or anything like that.
It's so awesome. I fully agree with you on, having a place in World, like you're in World and you want to buy a wearable. It's like, oh, you have to, especially if you're on client, right? Then you really have to go to another application. You have to go to your web browser, and go to Marketplace, which is cool because it's still Decentraland. But I fully agree with you guys on just not having to leave, right, to be able to do those things. If I see a wearable in World or something that's going on, or I think it's amazing. Thank you for all the work you do. Great. We are blown away by what you're showing us.
You know what I would love? Could you give for people who don't know? I've been following Last Slice Collective for a long time, but maybe a little overview of how that started, just to give them some background.
Yeah, so I started it 2 years ago when I realized there wasn't enough content in Decentraland, and that was 2021. And I was, I've taught myself how to program. This is Lastrum, and I left a real life of other things completely separate from software programming and engineering, and so I wanted to learn how to create an NFT. So I thought, what better way to create an NFT project to help people learn how to build in Decentraland. So we were doing tutorials and SDK videos and Blender, all of this stuff in 2021. It means you don't have to go there. You can just stay in Angzaar. It's fine. But yeah, so we were a community of people. It was like 50 NFTs at a time, and I was super nervous. It was like 0.08, and I had no idea. It took, I think, 16 days for people to buy 50 NFTs. That was a challenge for me personally to create an NFT project. And I actually messed up and created 50 more NFTs and sent them to the NFT contract. So NFTs 51 to 100 are actually forever immortalized as burnt pizzas because the NFT contract themselves holds them. So half the project was me learning by doing, and the other half was to help other people create content in Decentraland. And from there, we just all hung out. We're trading NFTs. We're going crazy. We have all kinds of different social channels. It felt really fun during the bull run, and everybody was just creating stuff. And then brands started to get aware of the metaverse, and then they started to see what we were doing. We started reaching out to NFT projects who had the metaverse on their roadmap, deadheads, and stuff like that. And we started to build with Wall Street Bets. And then Samsung was, a big break for us. So brands would reach out to us, and then we sort of formalized it last January as a business on the creation side, to really take these experiences to the next level. And so little things like Meese just did. If you refresh Meese, I don't know if you guys noticed these little pods right here. There's a ton of them, and they're random spawn points. And when you land in, you actually land on one of these little pods. Little things like that, just subconsciously don't even think about, but are a fun little feature that better than spawning in the left corner of a scene. So we're gonna have a loading screen as well. But when he jumps in here, he just immediately lands on like a little podium. It's very cool, very subtle. Little things like that we're always thinking of.
No, I noticed that right away. I was like, that's cool. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's like we're all chatting in the chat saying I've been wanting to collect one of your Last Slice NFTs for a long time too. A bunch of us are here going, yes. Yeah, I watched a bunch of in the past. A friend of mine had one, so she was showing me all the amazing curriculum as part of that. So great job on all of that amazing content you guys have done over the years.
Thank you. It's really fun. It's awesome. We're here to promote the metaverse and the creators. So Meese is climbing around like crazy. He's doing awesome stuff. Yeah. So, the third leg of this is the MMO and questing. What Meese has really done a great job on building all of these kinds of loot tables and drop tables and items and things. And one of the games we have stubbed out already ahead of schedule is a Bite Runner game. And so Meese, if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to go to the Bite Runner, the little mini games. And so just before you start it, don't start it. So one of these games is basically, if anybody's played Grand Theft Auto or something like that, you have to go grab a package and deliver it.
Oh, awesome.
Essentially the game mechanics. So this will be a part of one of the factions. But essentially you're going to click on this square. It'll generate 20 random bites. And you'll have 10 minutes to go and collect one bite at a time and bring it back to the sphere. This is obviously truncated to 60 seconds, but it's multiplayer in the sense, and it should. If Meese picks up a cube or somebody else picks up a cube, you should see them picking up a cube and holding it. And so it's really an MMO in terms of being able to see people versus these instanced experiences. So maybe this person in Meese's screen will see that he has a box. Deadhead Jay will see that he has a box, and maybe she can hijack it, steal it from him, stop him from delivering it, things like that. So again, it's we're trying to create this environment that everybody is involved and things are happening regardless if you're in the scene or not. A truly sort of environmental game. So this is just one of the little things. Again, you'll have the ability to do this every so often in the game. You'll get some points or some XP, which then you could trade up, increase your tent, whatever. There's a lot of multiplayer functionality coming to the scene.
Well, can't wait to see all of that. Do you want to paste your Discord link in the chat for us? So if anybody wants to join in, I think I'm already part of it, but it would be cool. And then any updates, please feel free to reach out to me so I can include them on our Decentraland DAO, Twitter, and share with everybody.
Absolutely. Let me put it in there. Meese, if you want to take over, I didn't really have anything else.
Yeah. So that's most of what we've been working on. We like Oscar said, we are having some quests that are going to be added in. We're going to have one as well, for Metaverse Fashion Week, just for that. So it's not going to be one of our, main storyline quests or anything, but it's something that we put together for everyone just to give you guys an idea of what's going to happen, what we're going to be presenting in the future here. And this is a place for the community and for community creators. And so, if people have ideas that they would like added, they would like to see within the scene, we would love to hear feedback on what we already have and, maybe stuff that we don't. And so, we're always looking to improve. And, we know that the Decentraland community has a lot of creative people, and we would love any feedback that you all have for us. So definitely come in, join our Discord, come check us out, and give us some feedback, and come try and make your own clone. Come check it out.
Yeah, if you ever, I guess this is a fun user testing, but if you ever need anything else, just feel free to reach out. We can organize some people to come run around, test whatever you want, because this is so much fun running here. If anybody else here listening has any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself and join in the conversation. So when is your first event? You said it. Do you have a link to the events of some of the ones coming up? You can paste it here in the chat. That'd be awesome.
No, so we're just doing, I'll have youmack or them paste in the events, but essentially it's just during Fashion Week. So Fashion Week is March 28th, I think, the 31st. So we're going to do some things during that, and the quest will be available during there. But then we're going to get back focusing on the next 3 months of what we need to deliver. We actually moved month 5 of the marketplace tents forward to month 3, which was supposed to be the DAO functionality, because one of these 8 storefronts, these buildings, is going to be a resource center for Decentraland. So it's going to have it'll have events, it'll have POIs, it'll have heat maps, it'll have DAO proposals, it'll have things like that. but we switched the months so that we could capture people for what we've already started to build on.
That is amazing. I think I've said amazing so many times. Everyone in chat's also saying very, very cool.
Yeah, thank you. And again, we love suggestions. We love the community support. And if you want to have your code be a part of this scene, or if you think there's something else, so all of these storefronts are going to be filled. We're integrating Audius. We had a call with them as well. So one of the buildings we're thinking of making an entire Audius store where different people can upload their own playlists and other people can find them and listen to them. So almost like a huge record store or something like that. So we're always, we just want to make this for us. This is actually fun. We love this part of Decentraland. So we want to make Decentraland fun and keep people engaged. So however we can, please reach out and let us know.
Oh, it's fun. You reached your goal. But definitely, if anybody here, like you said, has any suggestions or ideas, you can always feel free to reach out to me if you need connect. And also, he just linked his Discord, and you guys have your dedicated channel in the Decentraland DAO Discord as well. So, yeah, feel free to comment there as well. This is so. What is the meta mirror? I was running around that. Is that just a mirror of you? Like, I think that's
cool. So that's a 2D image, that's a 2D image on top here. We also have an eyeball, in case anyone wants to know. It follows you around, adds a little something to the scene.
Like the eye of Sauron.
We got our eye on you. That's right.
Big Brother's watching. Very cool. So then how long if you clone yourself, do you stay in there forever, or how does that work? How does your
So there is no that's a good point. I haven't exposed the delete function yet. So if you'd like us to delete yourself, then we can do that on the back end.
I love it. It's great. I'm just curious, what if there's, I'm sure there's going to be so many people at some point. It's going to be thousands of avatars. It's going to be awesome to see.
Well, we're all learning, right? We didn't know how many, we thought it was 20. But it looks like Meese's computer, and please, if anybody else is having issues running it, let us know, because there's only 20 people on our team. We have Last Slice and people testing it, but none of us have really run into any performance issues. We've done so many optimizations along the way already. So we were thinking of making the CPC machine part of the quest lines. So to be able to clone yourself and immortalize yourself in the scene, you would have to be at a certain level or rank or material or item or something, and that would maybe help it be less clustered. But then on the flip side, it's like, this feels like an outpost. This feels like a desert meeting place. This feels like something from Star Wars, from Dune, from
Burning Man, dude. So Burning Man style.
Yeah.
Yes. Burning Man.
Yeah. So we kind of like the random chaos of just bumping into everybody. So I think we're going to expand the functionality of the clones themselves, and maybe allowing them to have custom emotes triggered, things like that. Yeah.
Excellent. Very cool. Yeah, if anybody else has anything they want to add, I'm just going to run around here for the next for a while and explore all the tooling. But I really appreciate you guys taking the time for doing this, and definitely come back and share. You can do this anytime, and other future meetups would love to hear of the progress. And I can't believe how much has been done already. This is mind-blowing. Oh, look at all these cool secret passages.
And check out the underground areas. I was going to say, no one's probably checked out the underground areas yet. Guess what?
Man, that is so cool. No way.
I think there's a smart CPC down there. Yeah, that'll be gamified as well. So that was an Easter egg. I think there's somebody down here.
He's somewhere.
Oh, very cool. It's like a...
He's around here. There he is.
Look at that. So cool. He's just chilling.
Yeah, he's walking his private path underneath the hub, checking it out.
Wicked.
So definitely there's a lot to the scene, even though there's really so much more to be added. But there's so many small little details and things and places to go and check out. Definitely all the nuances, especially with the tents and the creator wearables. Let me go back over there real quick, because I was having issues earlier with my computer. It was on my side. So I don't know if those issues that I was having with the tents, if that was something else or if that was my computer. Let's see.
So you were saying like the crater tents, right? There's like this one has about 100, you said, or how many for this cluster?
Yeah,
So
about
this cluster
100.
has 100, but we're trying to figure out the best path to make this very automatic. And so we want everybody who wants to sell something to have at least the opportunity, but we have to figure out one, performance. We've done a lot of line of sight and loading optimizations, but we don't know the best way to package all of these together yet. So we're still working on it. If you notice this honeycomb structure here, we've kind of built a framework off of, so we can these little triangles of tents and we can rotate them and things like that. So this was just one way to get them maybe they're more on the ground and there's a pathway and it feels like you're walking along a flea market or a swap meet or something like that. Or maybe there's a cluster in one corner and then there's just barren land and you have to walk a path to go to the other side. So we're still figuring out the best approach because a lot of this scene too is going to have other buildings and things for the gamification. But we wanted to highlight all the creators. So we're still figuring out the navigation, the waypoint. If Meese wants to have a bookmark to, Tang Poco's tent, it'll be somewhere on a button here that he can always fast travel to their tent.
No, I love how you can customize that as well. And I mean, it feels like really inviting too, because you're going to want to check up like, hey, who's showing in the tent today? And like, as a user, like, how long do you have planned that people can book it for? Is it like a couple weeks, a month, or what is that?
It's forever. So it's per one it's per one wallet. So if you have a wallet, the functionality is if you see those light tents, you can walk into it. And if your wallet doesn't already have a tent reserved, you can reserve that tent.
Wow.
If you have a tent reserved, you can move your reservation to a different tent.
That is so cool. I definitely want a tent. I'm sure all of us are like, okay. So I love how modular it's set up, like you were saying. So it's easily, you can easily shift it and add to it or make it different clusters around,
Yeah, and what we want to do as well, if Meese goes into one of the tents, is we want to have a community contest. We're going to open up and maybe give access to the Blender file and then allow the community to create different interiors and as like customizable skins so that maybe you can get them as an upgrade playing the game or doing something so that then in your owner settings for your tent you can customize the interior as well.
See, this is also super Burning Man. Like every time you go, there's all the tents you travel to, not just like the big installations, but like most people have these little like mini tent clusters, like the little like camps and stuff, and then like the giant installations in the center, the giant stages. So very cool. Yeah, it would be fun to be able to customize your own tent. That's a massive, massive project, you guys. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, no knock on Genesis Plaza. It's been around for a while. There just hasn't been a team dedicated to Genesis Plaza at the foundation. So, this is a really good use case of what you can potentially accomplish. A lot of land given to people who are metaverse focused that are, a design or a creative studio like Last Slice that can create something, not just, we're making money on the grant, but that's it. We're not, there's no monetization of this scene for ourselves beyond the grant funding. So it's really nice to see come to life and we want to be the de facto location that people come to because there really isn't connective tissue between scenes. People go here for one event and go here for another, but they don't go to one spot and just kind of hang out for a little bit all the time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Maybe they do, and I'm just unaware of it. But we definitely wanted to create a more global hub for interaction.
Yeah, it's like all the ambassadors from all the lands can come here, hang, and introduce them to the whole universe, metaverse, Decentraland universe within here. Wow, very cool. Well, if anybody else has anything, unmute yourself and come join. I believe the link is still in the chat. But one quick question about the stage. Is that I think you spoke about it, but if a performer wants to book it, or how is that working? for future events and stuff like that? Is that something just like the 10th?
Yeah. So this was a quick asking Mr. Dingia to put his, he worked really hard on the stage, and we wanted to highlight it as well for Fashion Week. But we are going to have a dedicated area that is a little more, I want to say Greco-Roman sort of like a Senate sort of building, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with a desert take, and that will be used for events, and people can schedule. And we're gonna, we want to do this all in world, so we don't want to create another website. As best as we can use, people can come to Decentraland and book the scene inside Decentraland.
Wow, wicked. Super cool. And it's running, I mean, so far it's been like super smooth on my end. Everything I've been exploring, like sometimes I have some issues, but everything's run incredibly smooth. So that part's been really great to see. And even from your presentation, usually if I have Decentraland open, because I'm also OBS recording and I have you guys, sometimes I have issues, but I've had none, which has been really cool.
That's awesome. I think I started the enemies, Meese. I'm not sure. So if you want to try to go to the mini game section, we're testing out some of the enemy functionality and spawning some of the enemies. So they're kind of scattered all over here. If they are, we just moved servers so that we can handle more people. And so they're on a randomization timeline. So Meese might not see them yet. But they will pop up. And again, this is an MMO. So if two people see the same enemy and are attacking it, they will both see the damage done. So Meese, here we go. Here's an enemy. And if it has 100 health and Meese does, 25 damage, then he will receive that percentage of the attack. And so multiple people can attack the same enemy and receive benefits for it.
Cool. Super cool.
And then
I have a
Meese,
question.
I think yep, sure.
Yeah, so I know that this is In World. First of all, I love what you're doing. I see that this is In World, and then you have an event coming up, and that's not In World. Is that correct?
So right now we're in DCL. Right now we're in DCL Worlds, and so I believe that the event, which Lastrum you can confirm, is going to be actually deployed to In World in the plaza. Is that correct, Lastrum?
Yeah, all of this is going to be deployed over the weekend into Genesis City, and so this plaza is the one directly south of Genesis Plaza. So all of this will happen inside Genesis City. This is just us tuning some last things before we hand it over to the foundation for deployment.
Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying. And also, like, if you wanted to use the In World for events, I know that there was like a proposal to get events, I guess, like access to the In World. Like, how would that come about if you wanted to host an event in this space, in the In World feature?
Yeah, great question. We're still building out all of that functionality. And so, I think probably by the end of our proposal timeline, June, all of that will be figured out. I don't want to say it can't happen sooner, but imagine you go to the stage and there's a little computer that says like reserve this spot, click on it, an on-screen UI pops up and shows a calendar of which days are available, and then you can book a slot for that, and then maybe provide your own M3 U8 link, or maybe if we can provide one for you or something, and have it be like that. If there's any additional functionality anybody wants to see with that, please let us know, and we can try to work it in as we progress the scene.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I guess like what I was kind of confused, because I remember that there was a proposal to get the In World, like, I guess like the events page on Decentraland to hop right into the world. I think that's what the proposal was for, and I don't know if it got approved or not. But I'm just curious, like, if you were to host an event in the world, where would that flyer be? It would just be outside of Decentraland events, correct?
I mean, so this would just be the actual event space that you can reserve, and then if you want to create a DCL event, it would link to the Angzaar Outpost, and then this notification system we have. So when somebody jumps in, it would say like Serena is performing now. At fast travel to the stage. And part of another thing is I can send a message. And so part of one of these buildings is the resource center. Meese, just go back out into the main area. Is the resource center. It will have all of the events. It will have the points of interest, the heat maps, and the DAO are all going to be a part of one of these 8 bigger buildings. So you'll be able to walk in, see all of the DCL events. You'll be able to see the points of interest. You'll be able to see the heat map, where people are located in the scene, and be able to teleport to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes things more clear. Thank you.
Yeah, like the Genesis Plaza has it at the top, before you jump down the waterfall. It has the events and things like that, but I don't know if anybody uses it. So I don't know, but we're going to also mirror that functionality here, because I think it is important to highlight, again, everything in the platform we want to be done inside the platform. It came to our realization that, if you're going to go VR and everyone wants VR, and you watch Ready Player One, Wade does not take off his headset, go and buy a wearable on a computer, and then come back and put his headset on and continue to play the game. He doesn't go and join an event on a website and put his headset back on in his little truck, in his little trailer. So we want to stop breaking experience and put everything that you're going to do in this virtual world in the virtual world.
Yeah, more like VR chat style, right? Like when you're in one space and just
Yeah, I just think it provides more of an immersive experience, and once gamification's added, and we maybe start incorporating things with other scenes or other creators, it's just who knows? There's unlimited possibilities.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that, Meese. We've already talked with partnering with Vroomway and Knights of Antrom. We'd love to partner with maybe Exodus or whoever else is out there, the PDE, all these games in front of you, Golfcraft, Ethermon. Why not have their wearable or a collaboration wearable or something inside Angzaar? Maybe part of the quest is there's a Golfcraft CPC, and you go to them. You have to do something in Angzaar, and if you do, then you get rewarded in Golfcraft, or vice versa.
Very cool. I love these central hubs, like that presentation that I did earlier this week. The institute, the Atlas Institute, is that hub for the university, and it's like one of the reasons they created it is because everything was siloed, but this is a place where engineering, humanities, history, everybody could come together, and all the students could mingle and create projects. And I think it's really great to have a spot where that collaboration is just flourishing.
Yeah, so one last thing here. I don't know how long the tour is. Meese, go turn around and go the other way. So that way, left. Yeah, go all the way over here. So if anybody wants to mess around in the scene, you're not going to break anything. Meese, I want you to go to the scaffolding for the builder HUD. Show them. So we've exposed the builder HUD functionality. Usually it gets hidden when a build goes live in production, but there's this little icon on the bottom right Meese just clicked on. And this is how we move things around the scene visually and without having to hard code and program things. And so one thing, if you want to do, is the southwest corner is where you start, okay? And before Meese does anything, I just want to explain the top right icons are for this little scaffold that you can ride. So you have positions of where you want the scaffold to go. So the top that has the arrow down means reset the scaffolding to this southwest corner. The button on the right says close me in so I can't fall out of it. Notice if you look down, it will be red when Meese stands on it. He can't move right now. If he tries to walk forward, he's in an invisible box, so you don't fall off the scaffolding. The next thing to do is if Meese hits the up arrow key once on the Y, he'll move up. Cool. He'll move up.
You're flying.
And so if he clicks it again, he can stop it. Okay, and if you notice, the axes are color coded, so you can see which direction. So X is red; it mirrors the red the buttons. So Meese wants to go to the Z direction. He's going to go Z forward, and he can go around the scene. So just wanted to show people this is some little fun thing to do where you can get a different perspective of the scene and what we've built by using this functionality we've exposed.
Wow.
And then you can click again and go to the right.
This is great for getting amazing footage, you know?
Yep. And obviously the buttons down below, entity information, actually move the entities around the scene. So Meese, if you want to fast travel, or like stop the scaffold and fast travel, like stop the scaffold, yeah. Just you got to click the arrow key, okay. And then fast travel to like the main hub, central hub, and pull up the builder HUD. You'll see again, this is all exposed. We want people to see how fun it is to build in the scene. So this extra, his name is Timmy. He's in the center somewhere. He's leaning. He should be a little to the right, I think. To the right, right there. So he has a green arrow on him, meaning he's the entity you're going to move. So Meese has the P modifier, so that's for position. So Meese can click on the arrow keys and move his position, rotation, and scale. So watch, Meese will move him. So
cool.
You can move. So we've exposed this. We haven't turned this off. It'll obviously be turned off in Fashion Week and live, but he can arrow key left and right to paginate across all of the entities in the scene that we have added. So Meese, just go, like keep going. Choose somebody else. Choose somebody else, Meese, like or something else. Like Star or something. Yeah. So there's all kinds of you can see all this stuff. This is how we place things around the scene. So we've named them, and mirror booth. Meese can pick up the mirror booth and move it if he wants.
That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a fun little feature. So you have this scaffolding, and then you also have this little feature that you can just move things around. Meese is moving the bottle.
Wow.
And this is local for you as a player, so it's not multiplayer. We're thinking about exposing it as a multiplayer experience, but that's not in our scope of work.
So will it stay like whatever just shifts and changes I do if I come back later, or is it per
No.
session? Or?
No, it's per your session, and so it helps us position things quickly. But yeah, it's definitely not stored anywhere.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, this has been amazing. I mean, I'm sure you have more to share, and feel free to always reach out to me. But yeah, if anybody else has any questions, or if not, I guess we'll wrap it up for today. I don't want to take too much of your time, really, and grateful for you guys to come here and share all this amazing progress you have made. This is, yeah, game changer here. If you guys want to share any closing remarks before we end this, that'd be awesome.
No, I think we're super excited for Fashion Week and for this to be inside the world. We want to continue to bring interactivity, immersion, and everything inside Decentraland. We still believe in the platform, even though there's a lot of negativity around the entire metaverse space. So we're here continuing to build, continuing to push the boundaries forward for what's possible in the space. And at the same time, highlighting the individuals and creators. We weren't a company that came into the space. We were all metaverse natives, born out of Decentraland, and got together to create fun stuff. So that's what we continue to do. And, we look forward to seeing everybody during Fashion Week.
Thank you for all your amazing work for the community. It's very much appreciated. And Meese, did you want to say anything else, or you're cool?
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got. We just want to, I want to reiterate that, all of us were creators here, and, we've been involved with Decentraland for a very long time. And, there's a lot of things a lot of us wanted to see added that just never got added that we couldn't really do on our own. And, this project has enabled us, I think to add a lot of things that some of us maybe felt that we really wanted to have that maybe Decentraland was missing. And so I think it's just really awesome to be able to go from, like Lastrum said, I started out, I'm in real estate in the real world, and I did photography in my free time, pretty much full time as well. And that's how I became like an artist in the space, and that's like what I started doing. But through meeting other people and connections, relationships, and passion and a desire to learn, it brought so many opportunities, I think, for myself and for other people. And so I just, my hope is as well, this will inspire other people to do the same thing. And so, I hope that this, raises the bar and helps bring other ideas for other people as well, so that we could continue to make Decentraland an incredible place and destination for people to come to.
I think you've hit your goal. Yeah, you're definitely inspired. I think everyone who came here, and I think the whole community, once they get to explore here, are going to be incredibly excited. So thank you guys for all the amazing work you have done, and really looking forward to Metaverse Fashion Week 2 and exploring everything. So I will definitely see you all there. And yeah, thanks everybody and who stayed till the very end. All of you guys. I'll have this recording up and town hall up probably at the end of the day or early in the morning. And thank you again, Meese and Lastrum, for your time and for being here and sharing with everybody in the community. So yeah, catch you guys next time and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye. We'll see you on our Discord.
Cool. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks, Peanut Butter. Thanks, Serena. And everyone else. Pixely, Cyclopa. Okay, catch y'all later. Bye.